Hello and welcome to the Life is Storytelling Screencast, the show where we're going to talk all things movies and TV, and specifically today, animated movies. I am your host, Chris Pierce, joined by my co-host, the Frog Bird himself, Ernest Gonzalez. Ernest, how you doing today, bud?
Caca. You know?
Ribbit.
Yeah. Yeah, both of those things.
Both of them.
I'm doing pretty good. I'm drinking coffee at 4:10 p.m. because I am an adult and I do what I want.
Because you just woke up a bit ago. I will say I also had coffee pretty recently, but I've been up since 7.
It was
I
already
just
warm. The
Yeah.
water was already warm in the Keurig. We're good, baby.
I was just ready. Because yeah, I woke up this morning. I played Splatoon Raiders. I'll have thoughts on that later when I get closer to the end, or actually finish it. And then I went to the gym and then just watched some stuff. And yeah, it's just been a good day. It's been a good
I'm just
day.
trying to be like Chris, baby. I'm just trying to be like Chris.
But here we are. There, like we had a video come out, put out somewhat recently. TikTok
Mm.
hasn't been that nice to us, but everyone else has been nice. But talking about Avatar. There's been a lot of Avatar news recently, but as you might know, the new movie is out. Avatar Aang. It's the movie with the adult cast. This is many years after that original series. Obviously, takes place before Korra, and it's a whole thing about it only got a limited set of screenings and whatnot. We did watch it on Paramount Plus because unfortunately we live in Texas. There's a lot of unfortunates for Texas, but you can only in select
Texas.
theaters in New York and Los Angeles got that. Apparently those tickets sold well. If you still have options for that, go see it. Please support this. Just support animation in general, of course, but also this world is a beautiful one, specifically or especially with this animation, which we're going to be getting into. Because damn, it's beautiful. That trailer alone, I was just like, we're in for a treat. We're in for a treat. Um, we are going to be talking about everything. We are going to start out, no spoilers, putting that out there, but I will clearly state when we're going to switch over, just because it's not the longest movie. That can be a kind of a good or a bad thing. We'll get into that as well. But it's just there are specific things that I do want to get into and talk about. And part of supporting this, of course, watch it as much as you can. Tell people to watch it. Talking about it's the other thing you can do. It's the only way we're gonna let these people know, like, hey, the fans care. The people want to see this, and we want more of this and stuff like that. But like I said, we'll get into when we're getting into spoilers and whatnot. But before we get into anything, just because we haven't really talked about it, Ernest, we've kind of talked off the record a little bit about it, but honestly, like we've never really gotten deep into, and I'm not asking for a full review of those original shows, but I know you're a fan of this franchise, and I
Right.
just with your what is your relationship with that original show with the original cast, Avatar, Aang, and everything like that, and what were your expectations going into the movie?
So I watched the original show, of course, like on Nickelodeon when it was coming out and stuff, you
Mhm.
know. I'm not sure that I stayed completely up to date. And
Mhm.
then, like, where I want to say I saw the end. I want to say I saw the end because it was like a thing for people to go home and like watch that, you know.
Yeah.
But I then in my 20s, like I was torrenting everything. So I
The
went
legendary
ahead.
time. Yeah, so
Yeah, the time of the pirates. And
yo ho.
when you I sat there and I watched the entire thing, right? So from that point on, I was like a big fan. It's just so well made. It's
Oh yeah.
just so well done. The storytelling there is fantastic. And the characters in this show, in that original show, I should say, show some of the most character growth like in a series period,
Yeah.
like whether it be like a Nickelodeon or a children's show or just an adult show, a show for anybody. Like it is very clear in my head as one of the most like best examples of character development throughout a story.
Hell yeah.
um I love it, and then just that world in general. We are talking about it yesterday during the movie, that like how is this not like just a RPG video game
Right.
yet? You know, like it belongs in in that
Hmm.
sphere, and I'm just waiting on it really. But it was much later. I want to say you're the one that got me to watch Korra. Uh,
Really?
yeah, I think so. I think I didn't watch it until after you were like hyping it up a lot. And because I was like, yeah, man, like I just totally missed it. By that time, I went back for Avatar Aang, you know.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah. Okay.
Korra, I had heard that like it wasn't the best
Right.
and stuff, and I was like I don't care enough to go
Mhm.
out and check it out. And then I'm pretty sure that like when we first started doing this, you were like, you haven't seen Korra, like you're missing out, bro.
Damn, I don't
And
remember.
I very quickly caught on to like taking all of your recommendations because you've
Mhm.
never steered me wrong. And I went back, watched that, loved it. You know, I won't say that I have the same connection to it in my heart, in my brain that I do to what I got with Aang,
Yeah.
but it was still really good, and it's cool to see like how it evolved over
Yep.
time. And it did feel like more like a young adult thing
Right. It's aged up a little
a
bit with the
than
audience.
like geared towards the kids and
Mm.
stuff like that, which is why it was really cool to come into this and see them at that age, you know, where
Yeah.
they're more responsible, they're more matured,
Mhm.
but they're still kind of figuring some stuff out yet, you know.
Yeah.
So like yeah, but that's pretty much it. Like it's something that I do hold highly
Oh
in
yeah.
high regard,
Oh yeah.
and I'm excited for all the stuff that they're coming out with now. It's
Yeah.
just it's crazy to me that they took this long, but
Yeah.
I'll take it.
As
Not that
we
Nickelodeon has just been like pumping stuff out or anything, but like, you know,
especially with this franchise specifically, and like we're lucky we even got the movie. But like there's obviously just been a lot of stuff behind the scenes that these creators, because and we're so lucky this is even the fact. Like the original creators have stayed tied to this. Like we have
mm,
not lost those original. I think it's like two folks, maybe a couple more, and we've managed to. That's why we keep that heart. Like obviously, it's an evolution. It does change when you go from that original Last Airbender to Legend of Korra. But to even have them attached to this movie, it's so good and it's incredible because sometimes you, for one reason or another, creative folks have something else lined up. Stuff happens, and they end up having to drop out. Um, even those original creators were attached to the live action. It's just they did end up dropping out after that first season. I do not know details. I'm not
the
throwing
Netflix
you
live
shit.
action
Yeah.
or the M Night.
No, not the M Night.
Chris
They might have
loves
been
the M
attached to
Night.
that. I don't remember. Fun
Chris's
fact.
favorite Avatar is the M Night.
When I originally, so I got into it in my 20s as well. I'd seen it here and there. I never like sat down to like watch it, but then it was all on Netflix. I binged that, and I own it physically now. And then once I watched all of it, because Korra wasn't out yet, it was only Aang at that point. I told my friends, even though we heard everything was terrible about this live action movie, it was out for rent. None of us obviously saw it in theaters. I say obviously, my bad if you did. But I was like, guys, I'll bite the bullet because I just finished watching the show. I was on a high. I was like, I'll do it. I'll pay for the rental. It's like $5.99. And then we're gonna sit down and we're gonna watch it. It is bad. It is quite bad.
You've
But
seen
we're
so many bad movies in theaters.
oh for sure. But the
So
thing
many.
is, like Dragon Ball Evolution, and I'm not defending it. It's terrible. It's so bad.
It's bad.
At the time that the Avatar movie was the live action Avatar movie was in theaters, I wasn't attached to the material yet. I was just getting into
Mm.
that. I had my original source material, and by the time I was done with that, it was already out of theaters. Um, yeah, Evolution twice, 2 weekends in a row. What's up? I haven't seen it since, but still, I went with two different groups of friends. So bad. Um, but I'm a huge fan of this franchise. I just rewatched both series, Airbender and Korra, leading up to this. This was back when we had that original October 9th release date for this movie. Now that is the release date of the new show. Very excited for that. We are going to cover that as well. Um, but yeah, I love this franchise. It's so special to me. I do think this is just a very important series because it's one of those, like Shrek is one that comes up so much when you hear about those things that are like for adults and kids. Because in the animated space, because like it's obviously that's more in terms of humor and whatnot, but like still, it's very much a true thing. Like kids can go in there, ha ha, fart jokes, ah ha 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 ha. But you as an adult is just like, oh man, this is
Right.
crazy.
Yeah,
Um,
man. There's like strong themes of war all throughout this.
right,
There's like big themes about like figuring out who you are as a
right.
person and stuff like that. That doesn't stop when you're an adult. You know
Nope.
what I mean? Like that's
No,
still a
especially when
thing,
you're the
100%.
last member of your tribe, of your they're not races. Like I guess somewhat they are, but like it's just like you're the literally the last airbender, and that we have this plot line here where we have the chance of first of all, we immediately do meet another airbender. What's up?
Real quick before we
Yeah,
get
sure.
into the movie, I
Yeah.
just want to take the chance for you to address your controversial tweet that was out there.
So first of all,
Yeah.
it was on Threads.
Like right before we get into the movie,
That's
because
okay.
once we get into the movie, we're gonna be in it.
Right,
But
right, right. That's fair.
yeah,
I did post out as I was getting towards the end of Korra. Uh, I assume this is the one you're referring to. That Korra went through so much more than Aang. I did. I did post those words. Um, and since then, there's a lot of people that did rally with me, but there's a lot of people that were like, "You're insane. This kid lost his whole race of people. Like everything he knew is
he was
gone."
frozen for like 1,000 years.
That was
So
his fault.
that kind of
That was
sucks.
his fault. But
Yeah, but it's still you still had
it
to go
sucks.
through it
No,
though.
100%, 100%. But it was 100 years. But
It's a long time.
it's a
Century.
very long time. It's a very long time.
They have a whole word for it.
I'm pretty sure.
Century.
But I was gonna say I'm pretty sure our
Billion.
Taga in the movie. I'm pretty sure he's like a thousands of years. If
Oh
we're going
yeah,
off that.
yeah.
But back to my
Saki even
post.
says it. He's like, I think he holds the new record for
Yep.
being the airbender frozen the longest.
Right.
Yeah.
But I did specifically mean that Cora goes through more in her show. Like things are actively happening to her. And no, that's not specified in a post or anything like that. And I could have been more articulated with it. But also, and to be fair, over like course corrections, like you can overly course correct, and then it just makes you as bad as the people you're calling out. Cora gets so much hate, whether it be the show or the character. She gets so much hate. Um, but I did not. I by no means mean no hate to Aang. I love them both. I think they're great. I'm very excited for Pavi, our new Avatar coming out. I saw somebody post being like, "I hope this girl is not going to be a new controversial Avatar." And the first comment was like, "She's not white and she's a girl. It's just going to be there. This fandom's going to tear her to shreds." And hey, man, internet's a crazy place. But regardless, I
I
love
hope
this
she's gay.
franchise. Hey, dude, the people lost their minds about
Yeah.
Coruscant. But I love Korra, I love Aang, I love both those shows. I'm very excited to see where this new one's gonna go. And I'm really hoping I'm not the only one who says this. It's just this is my what I would really like because at this point we've started with an airbender, we've had a waterbender. This is going to be an earthbender with a new avatar. I would really like, and I know we're rolling the dice. We're lucky we even got another show. One more after this, where we start with the firebender and have it be a closed loop, full circle, end it there. That doesn't mean end the avatar cycle. I don't know. Korra kind of
I'll
almost
say
did
you want
that.
to end it.
But all good things should end, you know. And like I just think I would love to see that. But obviously, I'm jumping ahead there. We're gonna get Pavi, we're gonna get the Earthbenders, and an Earth, a world-ending cataclysm for her to deal with, and people are saying it's Korra's fault. We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out. Um, but
Might
yeah,
be.
it might be. So that is the thing. I'm not gonna ever say outright, no, it wasn't her. But yeah, the people that were hating on her originally are just like really quick to be like, oh, we were right. It's like we're gonna see. We're gonna see. And if she does, so in my mind, you'll get this, and any other wrestling fans are gonna get this. I really want it to be like the John Cena heel turn. I tried so hard to be there for you fans, and you just wouldn't let me.
You want Korra to do that?
If she's to go the villain route or something like that, I would love it to be beat for beat like the John Cena heel turn.
I mean, she's gonna be dead, right?
Yeah, but we're gonna be seeing what she did because
Oh, okay.
there's gonna be so many years because if she caused the cataclysm, I mean It has to have happened before. She's dead now. That's how we have Poppy. So like
Okay,
it's
yeah,
it would have been
right.
before that. But we'll see. We're gonna find out. I'm rooting for her. We're gonna find out. But we're about here about the movie. We're here about Aang, and there's a lot to talk about here. Again, we're not jumping into spoilers quite yet. Um, but let's get into this, Ernest. I want to know your thoughts. I want to know a score, and if you recommend it, man, let me know what you think.
All right. So, going into it, first off, first and foremost, like the thing that stands out to me the most is the animation.
Hell yeah,
Like it is so beautiful.
it's
Not
insane.
only the characters, the character design, but the backgrounds and just the world like surrounding
It's
these
gorgeous.
characters are absolutely beautiful. I love all of the voice acting here. It's my
Mhm.
understanding they didn't bring really anybody back from the original cast,
Mhm.
which like I get it. People have moved on, things like this, but everybody here did a fantastic job.
Yeah,
And I didn't look up and see who the cast was. I know you had told me about Stephen Yoon
right.
coming into it playing Zuko,
Mhm.
but I didn't look into the cast like leading up to it. And I
Mhm.
was so surprised when we got our boy Dave in there.
Dave
I
Batista.
love me some Batista, baby. And he does a phenomenal job. Everybody here
Mhm.
does. Shout out to Taika. And I it's just so cool seeing them aged up, like I was saying before.
Mhm.
The cool thing about what's her name?
Katara,
No,
Toph.
the Avatar after Aang is
Oh,
named
Korra.
Korra.
Sorry.
The thing that really stood out to me about Korra is that it is a more mature story,
Yeah.
and seeing these guys, and more mature characters,
Mhm.
in the sense of their age, you know,
Right.
and
Very
right,
much
yeah,
so. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
definitely, like the maturity that comes with age by default. They're still
Right.
making bad decisions out
Right.
here,
Right. Right.
but getting to see them in that position is really cool.
Yeah.
Um, Especially like knowing them so well and seeing how far a lot of them have come,
Mhm.
like in the little bit of a time skip that we have here between the show and the movie, and also how much of themselves that they retain.
Yeah.
Because like Sokka is still an idiot, like
Yeah, he is.
in the best way, but he's
So
still
yeah.
a genius as well, and
Right.
that genius has only grown. Korra seems a little bit more stern
Do you mean
and stuff
Katara?
like this, you know. Oh yeah, Katara. God damn it.
It's okay. It's
Ah,
okay. It's
there's
okay.
too many
Just calling him out.
waterbenders. All right,
There's
and
two.
what? It's too many, and
Aang's like a cordy.
yeah, and Aang especially, and there's a hope that he's given in this movie that like you really want it for him, and and there's like if you've seen Korra, then it's like already kind of a spoiler, and it's kind of just like a dread that sets in as soon as you
Man.
think about like, okay, I know where we're going, and I know that some of this stuff doesn't work out. So there was a lot of that sitting with me throughout the
Mhm.
movie as well. It kind of makes me wish that we had this story like way
Right.
earlier,
For
you
sure.
know?
For sure.
Yeah, that we could have like followed up with that. But if that would have happened, we definitely wouldn't have got the level of animation that we got here. There's
Right.
definitely some modern techniques that are
For sure.
implemented in here that wouldn't have necessarily taken away from the story, but it would have taken away a little bit from the experience.
Mhm.
And the experience is something that I'm grateful for.
Hell yeah.
So definitely recommend it. If you're a fan of the original series, there's zero reason why you should
Yeah.
not watch this.
Right.
Like,
Right.
what are you doing to yourself? Like, don't do that, dude. Get out there, watch it, like, heal a little bit of that inner child. And, but overall, no, I think it's a great movie. I think this is a good eight out of 10.
Okay. Okay. I'll say
Yeah.
I'm pretty much right there with you. I will go a little bit extra with the 8.5. I think this is great, a little bit beyond that, but not quite at the amazing mark. I'll say the animation, if it was just the animation, even the music, that's 10 out of 10 right there. It's incredible. Even with us watching it just like on a screen at home, it's beautiful. And I can only imagine fucking Paramount what it looks like on the big screen when you're in a theater. Um, and yeah, you were talking about the voice work there. Is there something because like there's a chemistry for that team, the original team Avatar, that as you go from the beginning of that show, by the end of it, they're family. You know these kids, you love them. Even when you go to Korra, like you get some flashbacks about specific parts of like they're adults like but they're not young adults like Aang's rocking the Abraham Lincoln beard and stuff like that. um but like they're a bit sterner and stuff at that point, but like you're so attached to the chemistry of this crew, you love seeing those bits. And it's got to be a really stressful and like crazy thing to step into the shoes to play these characters and try to recapture that chemistry, because writing can only do so much. You can write it as much as you want, obviously, like I said, original creators attached to this. Your performance still has to lift that material from the page, and I think everybody here delivered. I bought into like, oh dude, that's Katara, she's the mom of the team and she is momming hard. She immediately locked in on like, I don't trust you. And it's like, she right, bro. She right. Sokka, like you said, he's the goofball who's there's more to him than meets the eye. And I love that everybody does here gets like a moment to shine, even with like specific metal bending abilities, just the coolest shit. Um,
She's still the best
she's
earthbender in the
great.
world.
100%. And she's jacked as all hell. Toph is incredible. She is 100%. And I don't get it because, like, right now, the only Tophs we know, young Toph, um, we get, like I said, there's those flashbacks in Korra, but you do actually see Toph, old lady Toph, at the final season of Korra. And now we have this in between, in the middle, young Toph. How is everyone capturing the same character so well with three different performances? It's so good. Um, and it's
But I
like,
think
yeah, it's so
that
good.
just speaks to like the strength of the characters that were
For sure.
created in the first
For
place,
sure.
right? And like how strong their characteristics are, their
Yeah.
principles are, and like but along with like one of the great things about the series too is like the mannerisms, the faces that
Yeah.
they make throughout and like stuff like
Expressive.
that. And I
Yep.
can only imagine that like first of all, like these people did their research, either that or they
Yeah.
were like fans
I'd
from
hope
the
so.
beginning.
Right.
And they were like in that booth, like making the same faces that like
Dude,
these
that'd be
characters would
amazing.
have made and stuff like
If
that,
they
you
did
know? So
share
like,
that
yeah,
behind the scenes footage, man,
I would
because
love to
that's
see
just
it.
going to make you love it even more. But yeah, you're absolutely right. And then even the newcomer here, I mean the new character here, Batista's Taga, like he is a bit of a sterner character, but we do get some like sentimental like moments where seemingly the walls are dropped and whatnot, and there's like a sentimentality to what it means to be an airbender and what that weight is that you carry with that. And like we've only seen Aang carry that for so long, and then we see it also shared in Korra, but like to see somebody else do that and come in here as the new guy, have a presence and be able to deliver a performance with that. I mean, Dave did so good. Dave did so good with that. Um, yeah,
Big
dude, I
Dave.
love this movie. This I do think overall this gave us everything we could want. There are some things with our antagonist motives that are maybe not the most fleshed out, but again, the performance and the motives themselves, I do think are interesting enough. Um, because I do think when it comes into like where our antagonist is doing certain things and how he ends up with a certain group, some parts will feel a little bit like, oh, we're hitting the fast forward button just to kind of get here, and y'all are together now, we're gonna do this. It's gonna be all right. And like at the same time, it's everything else, like there's so many parts that we did get fleshed out that I'm like, I'm so glad this was fleshed out. I love this. And they are parts with the cast. Like, I don't think anything really with our main crew here was rushed. We even get a beautiful moment of Zuko being read a message from Aang, and it embarrasses him, and it's hilarious. It's so good.
Yeah, it's great.
It's
Yeah.
great, and that just shows that because humor is part of that original show too, or just the franchise in general. There's always that humor. It's never just about the humor, and like same here, man. And again, we're having Aang grapple, and like you can argue that he kind of came to terms with a lot of some of these things in that original show, but I beg you to consider he it, there's an extra one in there because he was in ice for 100 years, but he really was like 13. You can grasp something at a certain age, but you're not going to fully understand that until you've had more time with it and really sat with it. um and like the guilt that, because it's all over that original show, the guilt of, oh, he ran away, because he ran away he accidentally got himself an opera frozen on ice, and then 100-year war took place. It's like, oh my god, this is horrible. And we do have some people here that are wanting him to answer for that. Not just him, but specifically, like, he is the avatar. He is the almighty power here. And because he ran, because he was gone for that 100 years, and actually these people might not have known he ran away. I don't think that would make him. I don't think that would have changed their course of action. Um, but we get the beginnings of, and I like of I forgot what they're called in it's just the non-bender people. And when you get to Korra, we have a whole segment of people that are like, we are being treated differently because we don't have bending abilities. This world is built for the people that bend, stuff like that. And we kind of get the beginnings of that here. And I've seen plenty of people already comment being like, it's a little bit of a negative that we know some things in Korra from this, like, we like certain things aren't going to
Yeah.
happen. And I get it to an
That's
extent.
what happens with prequels, like
Right.
just in general.
And I was
Yeah.
just about to say, this is not the first prequel. This won't be the first prequel. You're absolutely right. Something like this would have obviously been better before getting Korra. But what can you do? Obviously, even to get like Korra, that came out so long after that original series, we were lucky to get that. And at a certain point, they stopped airing episodes of that show because it got too dark. They made it so you had to watch it on the Nickelodeon official website. You could not watch it on TV. And then obviously we've heard nothing but nightmare stories with this movie, and the fact that the whole thing leaked on X and everything like that. But we have it here, and guys, it is worth your time. It is going to give you, like I said, for the most part, everything you want. There is going to be an element, and we're going to talk about it here, about like we want more. Like a series with this adult cast would, I think, be a great thing. I would love to see, obviously, these voices stick with them, whatnot. I do understand, at least for the Stephen Yeun aspect, he's everywhere. So he might be a little bit busy. Um, but there's just so much more you can do, and obviously fill in some gaps here. But overall, like I said, 8.5 for me. I thought this was great, a bit more than great, just a little short of that just amazing territory. Just because, and I'm trying to stay light because we're going to switch to spoilers here in just a second. And honestly, maybe this is going to be the point where we do that. Regardless, 8.5. We're strongly recommending it. If you're, like Aaron said, if you're a fan of the franchise, what are you doing here? It's over on Paramount. If you have access to the screenings, bro, go live. Let me live vicariously through you. Because honestly, that's crazy. That's what an experience that has to be. Go support animation in general, just for that. But yeah, let's get into it, man. Spoilers. The gates are opening, and we are going to talk about everything else. Because Taga wants to do the whole air nomad thing, but in a way of, obviously, a bit more violent. He himself was given the ability of airbending, and he wants to give it to others, but for the sheer purpose of increasing the numbers and dominating the other tribes, the other benders, stuff like that. Because he himself grew up in a, well, not grew up. Well, he himself, when he got his bending abilities, there was a time of war. He was constantly attacked by firebender. He, like, we know he's immediately like got like a PTSD involving earthbenders. He just sees Toph, and she doesn't care, but he's just like, oh god, earthbender. And again, we can say it's like a guy from a different time, and he wants to carry that mentality that just fueled by rage, by just violence. And we know the Earth, no, sorry, the Airbenders we know, obviously generations removed, ain't like that, man. They're the most peaceful monks out there. They're just trying to be chill,
The
whatnot.
Earthbenders.
Airbenders, sorry.
Oh, I was
Yeah,
gonna
no, yeah,
say,
yeah, no, yeah,
there's
yeah.
no war in Bossing Say.
There's no more embossing say. But it's not the way that we know our airbenders. By the time we get to the original Avatar show, like watching that show with Aang and whatnot. But like I said, I you're able to sympathize with where he's coming from, and I think that is where like Batista's really carrying a lot of the weight for what this character is. We've we've seen some similar things with like these like kind of same motivations, but I do think at least in the world of Avatar, in terms of like you were talking about, we're kind of grasping on more mature themes here. What it means for this character to really just juxtapose Aang, I think, is where it just really does shine. And I think that's where it's most interesting. But what do you think about Taga and his goals in general?
Um, they, I mean, they're wrong.
Yeah, right,
So like
right, right,
you,
right,
but only because like, and I see how he gets there. Like you
mm,
see the development of how he
right,
gets there. Because like you said, like at the time that he received his airbending powers, it was to bring peace amongst war.
right.
And that did not work out. Like they were
No.
just met with like heavy hands, man, and rocks and fire and all this type of stuff. Like everybody except the waterbenders, but that's because the waterbenders were just off on like in their igloos, like chilling or
Right,
whatever,
right,
struggling, boy. But like everybody else was like coming at them in the worst way, and they didn't
right,
want that peace. They only wanted war. So and every time that they have a war, it feels like it's a war for supremacy. You
right.
know, like they want their tribe to be the number one
Mhm.
tribe, and all other tribes should be subservient.
Fire Lord,
And
great example
he
too.
he very much like takes that and just adopts it into the airbending clan,
Yep,
pretty much. Like,
100%.
but he's just as bad as everybody else, you
Right.
know.
He's
So
doing the
in
same
the
thing. Yeah.
in the sense of motives, like he's not necessarily the character with the most original
Right.
uh with the most original like motives or anything like that.
Right.
But the way that he got there is different than the others because
Mhm.
you see how earthbenders and firebenders get to the place where they're like, oh, like we're
Mhm.
better, you know, and
Yeah.
everybody else should totally bow to us. Like his is more out of a place of defense and then showing
Right.
them like, no, air is strong, motherfucker.
Yeah.
And a terrible way to go about it, obviously,
Right.
which is super obvious, especially to the crew that went through and has like one of every nation in their
Yep.
crew and like even the non-benders and stuff like that. Um, so I think as the character and the motives and things like that are they're deep in the way that it is presented because like you said like
Right.
he brings so much emotion to that
He does.
and the way that it's written and the way that it's explained overall is done really well
Mhm.
but when you kind of zoom out and just look at the motive as a whole it's he's just doing what everybody else is doing.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah,
He's like a Sith Lord, but he
right.
doesn't realize he's on the bad side. Um, but like, and I do think where we get the majority of it, because we do get moments of like, we get a lot of truth bombs from this man. Like he's literally fighting Zuko, and he's just
Mhm.
like, how are you going to stand in front of me when your father, your people, are the ones who wiped out my clan? And like it is,
And Zuko kind of like freezes up like
yeah, as you should. And I will say I
yeah.
would have
You know,
loved a bit more of that, or like to follow up with that. But I think that's where we get the runtime of the movie a little bit.
I would have loved more of everything is the
Right,
thing. I think like had this had the time to be better fleshed out. And like I
right,
understand like with the movie, you're on a bit of the time limit. Like you're not making the Odyssey here. It's not going to be 3 hours or
Right,
whatever.
right, right,
But like 10 episode series of this
right.
would have been amazing,
Yeah,
man. Like so good, and we could have got so much more fleshed out. Like one of my big gripes about the whole thing overall is the non-bender, the denied,
right.
like, and how they are just a little flash in the pan, and they
Yep,
just become like an army for
yep.
um
They're just lackeys
what's
for
his name?
Taga. Taga.
Taga.
Yep.
Right, right. Yeah, they end up just being like exactly lackeys for
Yep.
Taga. They are the Foot Clan for Shredder.
Right.
Like it, and I just wish there would have been a little bit more with them because it's interesting and like
It is.
their motives make a lot of sense. And like you said, we know where that ends up, like with Korra and
Yep.
stuff like that. So like,
And it's a very
yeah,
interesting thing there too. Oh, they're
seeing more
equalists.
of like
That's
where
what it is.
that
Yeah.
more of where that like stemmed from and how
Right.
we got there and stuff like that. Like I wish we would have had more time with it, but
Yep.
that's only because it's really good.
Right,
So
because it's already an interesting idea, which we already knew because like we know of Amon and how interesting that guy is as a villain and his whole cause and everything with everybody there. Because when you think about it, it just makes sense. Because imagine a world of just everybody being able to do these incredible things, and you're just like, oh, dude, I'm just a guy.
and
I
you're
can't.
Naruto, like yeah,
Right, 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 right.
yeah,
And just like
you're a
it,
Black
it's
Clover.
it's just
Yeah.
it's just a an interesting thing, and I understand, um, maybe not wanting to retread certain things, but like literally this this being the beginnings of that, I think just the fact that we know about it in Korra all really just makes me more interested in it because at that
Mm.
point we're experiencing a history piece, which essentially is what a prequel kind of is anyway. Because another thing that happens in Legend of Korra is the Airbenders come back. Unfortunately, Aang does not know about this, but it's just we go. It's definitely like a roundabout way to accidentally make it happen.
Mhm.
Because I mean, nobody knows that much about the spirit world. What happens when you join them together? We don't need to get into all that right now. But we have this weapon here. We have this spear that will gives you the ability to give people airbending, and just make
Is
you
it
strong.
just airbending?
I was thinking that as I was saying it. I don't know,
They don't
but
really
it,
address that, do they?
right,
They're
but it
only
was
giving
an airbender.
airbending with it though,
Right, because
right?
it was an
Yeah.
airbender. Because she was an airbending avatar, as she was passing it to people. Um, but at the same time, like she was doing this as they were being oppressed by everybody else. Oh, like I guess, like you said, other than the water people. But I don't know, just to like spread her people around. They do explain it. Um, and unfortunately, and this is just something that kind of happens with prequels. Some things will feel like you're just really trying to make me not think about the fact that we know certain other things happen.
Right. Yeah.
And like
Yeah.
it's got to be tough to write for that. And I will say whether like we're talking about how like this is not the most fleshed out character like villain in history or anything like that. The thing here is usually when you talk about stuff like that, certain things feeling rushed or whatever, you will end up with like hollow writing or a hollow character. I don't think any part of this film is hollow, and
It's definitely not the
that's
case here.
impressive,
Yeah.
right? Like
Yeah.
even though like I wouldn't even call Daga like a one note villain. He does have the one motivation, but like they give us the time of him just being genuinely kind with Aang, of course, but like even like just the few seconds we get him with Appa, it's precious. He's like, I remember my Sky Bison, stuff like that. And we get just like when you take those little moments, as short and small as they may be, you're letting us see this character as a person. The thing that always comes up, because Fire Lord Ozai, no one to mess
He's
with,
just
right?
evil.
He's just evil.
He's
He's
just
just
evil.
evil for the sake
Yeah.
of being evil. 100%. And then you get
Yeah.
to Korra and everyone is a bit more layered. And that's just growing up, that's just how that goes. Um, and some people should just be evil. It's completely fine. But yeah, this guy is not
Some
evil.
people are just evil,
Some
dude.
people,
Yeah.
I mean, like at least in terms of characterizations, it's just how it works. But like literally,
There's like
Taga,
serial killers out there. There's war criminals that should
right?
be arrested.
Benjamin.
Humans.
Fucking Benji, you know. Not the dog. I realize now what. Sorry, not the dog. But
Whoa.
but literally, Taga is a layered character. Maybe not the deepest of layered characters, because dude, look who he's going up against. These are all layered characters, especially Zuko's ass. But they do a really good job. Every part of this, there is heart, there is like passion put into literally every frame. It's beautiful. It's never not. But the music, the voice work, the action scenes, like it's crazy. Even the comedy, we get a whole spirit world bit. That's where we get where we get
Taika.
Taika, um, and some kind of like everyone kind of has to change form here. We get to see old Katara, old Zuko. Um, and they're like where we're literally in the forms that we see them in Korra. We get to see Baby Toph
Baby
and just
Toph.
being a little fighter, and then
Baby Toph
Sokka's
is the
just like
best.
Sokka.
Just
Uh,
biting people and stuff.
dude, yeah, she's great. She's great. Um, and it's so weird. And we were watching this part, like, what's going on? This is so odd. Momo's like a little Digimon. I don't know. But it is still beautiful because oh my god, all the colors. But it is still a moment that though it is a bit of levity, it does propel us to just keep going, keep us entertained. Some things, this is part of runtime as well. There are definitely a few things that are there just to get a person from point A to point B. Like this spirit, we don't know him. We've never seen him before, though he does get a bit of
Gorilla
a
Bark.
monologue, right? But
Gorilla
he is
Bark.
still what allows them to go pursue the villain. Um, but still disguised in a way that I just was like, this is, I'm not even thinking about anything else. You're just hilarious. This is beautiful.
Yeah. No, it was
Um,
awesome.
it was
That's
so
one of my
good.
favorite parts of the movie, easily.
But then even when you get to the end here, because we all know as of right now, they're not going to retcon Korra now. Because they're just, it's a whole part of a world, man. But even if you know certain things are going to happen, there's things you can first of all recontextualize. You can absolutely do that. I don't think that necessarily happens here, but like you can. Like we're watching House of the Dragon. Obviously, much bigger time skip between that and Game of Thrones. I think it's like thousands of years, maybe just hundreds. Even then, it's a lot. Um, but like there's
See,
certain
100 years
bits.
is a lot. Damn it.
I told you it was a lot. I'm just saying it was a
Mm-hmm.
thousand.
Mm-hmm. Cora went through so
I
much.
don't like sitting in the same spot for more than like 20 minutes. No, I gotta fidget. I gotta do something. Um, dude, yeah. If you're awake in that ice, kill me. I'm just end me immediately, bro. But yeah, it's the. I do think they honor what we know about Korra, and of course the love we have for that original series, while providing us just a new look at these characters. And I do, dude. Everyone's so good. Like Stephen Yoon as
Zuko.
Zuko, thank you. I was like Blue Demon, Blue Demon. Is incredible. Like Aang is so obviously he's our main character here, but when we get the moments with him and Katara, it's beautiful. Like we get a couple of smooches here, and it's very sweet. There's one where like they're falling and freaking Sokka doing the brother thing. Hey, you know you're falling, right? Like I'm just as they're just kissing in the air. Um, and
It was a
Toph's
little
just
bite.
Toph, man. She just wants to know, hey, is this guy hot?
Toph's the best.
Toph is great.
She's the best. It's
Toph is great.
still my favorite character. Like
Amen. I respect
this
it.
this movie only made me feel that even more. I love how she constantly proclaims herself like I'm still the best earthbender in the
She
world.
mastered
Like
metal
just
building,
constantly. Yeah.
metal bending. Like you can't. She's teaching other people that, obviously, but like you invented a new bending.
Right.
Like we get somebody who adapts to the
We have
magma
two of
bending.
those.
What do you mean? Who's the other one?
Katara.
What's her other bending?
She did magma, didn't she?
No. So we the magma bending is in Korra, and that's a Bolin learns it from
What about the
battling the other
blood?
guy. She learns it
Who
from
did
that.
that?
So there's an old
That
lady
was
she
somebody else
meets.
too.
Yeah.
Damn. Well, Toph's the best.
I was gonna say, even when
That only
Bolin
pushed it
learns
even
magma
further.
bending, it's because he sees
Yeah.
somebody doing the magma bending to him.
Mm.
So yeah, she's the only one, at least that we know of, that as of right now, has like completely changed something on her own and just adapted it. And it's so cool. And I think like the fact that like she's blind just adds to it. Because like she sees with like how she feel like reacts with things on the ground and everything like that. And it's done so well. And
It's
like it's
crazy.
insane.
Sorry, it's crazy how often people are like, "Oh my god, this is beautiful!" Like when they pull up on the the lion turtles,
Lion turtles, yeah.
they're called, the big islands that are made of their bodies and stuff like
Dead
that, and they're
bodies, you
like,
love it.
"Oh, this is so beautiful," and you just see her like staring off to the
Yep.
side, not giving a damn. Like,
It's one of the
man,
best things in that original show. They're out in the desert looking for this building, and she's like, "I see it. It's right there." Everyone's like,
she
"Where?" And she's just
literally
like, she's amazing. She's so funny. I love Toph. She's incredible.
yeah,
And like, I think it's because it used to be a thing to hate on Katara, but like, it's easy to hate on Katara when you're watching this and being like, "She's just a mom. She's stern." They
she's
would be
the
dead.
she's the Sakura of this.
It's a little too much.
Is it?
I think.
Sakura is great, and she
She
gets too
gets
much hate.
great. Katara is always great.
No.
But
Well, I mean, her whole boy thing is a thing, but Sakura is important, and people need to stop hating
oh
on
yeah,
her.
100%. Sakura is important, and like even I know we don't like to talk about it. When we get to Boruto, she whoops this guy's ass, and it's beautiful.
And that's not canon to me. No, I'm just kidding.
I
But
didn't
the
do it.
I just didn't watch it. I just didn't watch it. But
I didn't
the
watch all of it. Oh, it's not over. Yeah.
but no, like in the same sense, like Katara is like she keeps this team like on the rails when they
Right.
need it because this is a team that very quickly goes off the rails.
100%. And I'm glad we were talking about this because I wanted to bring this up. This is another somewhat negative I have for this. I don't think we needed to kill them
I
again.
think it was awesome.
Like it's beautiful.
It was
But like
cool.
we killed everybody, and then Katara brought them back because of the. Granted, it's like obviously we already knew it's like the most spiritual place on Earth. These are a bunch of dead lion turtles. Of course, there's some special abilities to it, but I was just like everybody died, and you brought them all back. I don't know. It's not
Yeah,
my
she
not my
died
favorite
too.
thing. Then how would she be back?
The waters that she died in brought her back.
And then she just used that water for everybody else. Oh,
And
she
again,
because we see her get knocked into the ocean.
right. Yeah, because he hits all of them with the spirit gun.
Right, right, right. And but
And
we see her
then,
literally fall into the ocean. Yeah,
and
yeah.
yeah, no, she falls into the water. They're healing waters.
Right.
They brought her back. She was
Yep.
able to go down there, bring Aang
It brings
back. And
everybody in there. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a whole thing.
It is
Whole
very
thing for
cool.
sure.
Obviously, we've known her to be like the best healer and
And
everything.
again, I think the problem here is that it happened too quickly. It's not
Right.
that it happened, it's that it
Maybe
happened
so.
so fast and they
Right.
explained it away real fast
And
and
then we're
then
moving on.
moved on to the
Yep.
next thing.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Had this been a series instead,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. Yeah.
and who knows, like budget, things like this. There's many reasons I'm sure why they did not. But
Yeah.
if we would have had more time to like go in depth, if we could have like drawn this out because I wasn't even really sure they were dead. They kind of cut away right after that fight.
Yeah, I didn't know
They
they were
kind
dead
of
at the moment.
and when even when Aang takes one to the chest, like he goes down, he's in the spirit world, he's being taken out of the spirit world. He goes into the spirit world all the time, so I wasn't 100% sure that he was dead, even though his face was like, you know.
Dude,
So
yeah, the light was like out of his eyes.
yeah, no, that
Do
was I
you
was like, oh,
remember?
he's dead, but like I didn't really believe it when I said it.
Do you
So
remember the name of the avatar that we get in this movie?
Sonon.
Sonan, thank you. I was looking it up. I couldn't find it. Sonan is the one, the woman avatar that like apparently nobody's been able to reach out to or whatnot. I do want to shout out when we finally get that conversation. Like it starts out as just Aang running around like this blackness, but there's this like beautiful little colored, like almost blurry circles just around him, and it's
Ooh,
beautiful.
oh, that might be the prettiest thing in this movie.
Right. That
Honestly,
along with
it's so
because
nice.
when we get her story, when she's actually telling like what happened, it becomes like just paintings on the screen. And I'm just like, whoa, dude. It's this beautiful mix of like purple, yellow, gold, shimmery, and I'm just like, my God.
Yeah,
Um, and her as a
it's a
character is
whole.
incredible.
It's a she is like animated differently than
Yeah,
anything else in the
she
movie,
built
and
different.
it's fantastic.
She built
It's
different.
so good. Yeah,
But I do because we get the moment here with Aang. Like, yes, we know. you were talking about dreading, like, bro, we know you're not going to get your airbenders. Um, but
Yeah.
what is not, like, again, when you kind of like shake things up, what we don't know in that moment is how are we not going to get those airbenders? Because we're fighting airbenders at the end of this. What happens? I do think it's a really good moment for, again, they're so good at it, characterization, where Aang makes the choice to break the staff. He's
And
just
because
getting it.
like throughout the whole movie, he's just wanting it more and more. He's
Right.
thinking of that possibility more and more of
Yep.
like, I can bring back my people,
Yep.
like I had made peace with it, but now the opportunity is
Right.
here and I want this
Who
more than
wouldn't
anything.
jump at that? Yeah.
And yeah, man. And yeah, the way it works out and him breaking
And he
that
has
staff
tears
and like
in his
making that
eyes, dude.
decision.
And like,
Yeah, dude.
you know, I
Yeah,
made,
it's
I'm
heavy.
because that's an example of where I'm like, they do flesh out the moments they really need to. Because first of all, it's like a physical fight for him to regain like even kind of consciousness because it's like corrupting him as well. And then he just and it's beautiful. It's really good for the
Mm-hmm.
character. Like if we were to get a series that takes us after this and like we get more time with these characters again, I do think we have a beautiful starting point here. Another option, if we were to do it, granted they've only talked about like going more like the series route because that's what they're known for. Do what you
Mm-hmm.
do, man. You're obviously good at it. If you were to do a set of movies like with this, I don't think that would be bad either. It's just I do think, again, it's what we already know they're good at. You can just flesh things out a bit more as the show, and yeah. But we're gonna get more Avatar. We're gonna get a new Avatar, and just all the blame we can get for Korra in October. But very very excited for that. But this show, dude, this show means so much to me, and like this movie just existing is so good. I love it so much, um, and I'm happy to hear like tickets are selling and everything, and just like they did it so there's a cash grab version of this. Oh, you can't be a cash grab if you're not putting in all the theaters, but but like there's a phoning it in version of this where it's just like, hi, I'm Avatar Aang, and I love guitar. Like it's literally the play that they use to recap the whole series when you get to the end of that original show. But we just watch that with more of a dramatic lens. And every frame, every line of dialogue here is delivered with an intent of just obviously do really good at your job, but just honor the love that there is for this franchise. And obviously, like one of the worst things about this series, it's the fandom. It's going to be a thing we talk about with everything. We've done it before when we've talked about the MCU, um, and stuff like that. But I do think they did a really good job here. And again, just like Ernest was saying, I do strongly recommend go check it out, man. It is so good, and I love it so much. Um, but Ernest, do you have any final thoughts on this?
Yeah, I'm trying to look here at like what animated movies have come out this year.
Oh, I guarantee it's not going to win.
Just because like the reason that they put it in theaters in the first place was
To
so that
be
they could
win
nominate
awards.
it
Yeah,
for awards,
there
right?
you go. My hope
And
is that it just gets the nominations. But
I'm seeing like, well, I don't know what else.
Toy Story,
I know people are going to be talking about Toy Story, but like this is better than Toy Story to me.
right? And I get that.
Um, I didn't watch Swapped. Kie. You watched that Digital Circus thing.
Yes,
Um,
but I don't think that's going to get much because it
All
literally
You Need Is Kill.
no. That was this year.
What do you
Wow.
mean no? What do you mean no? That's a good movie.
Yeah, but we're talking about great.
All right. Well, I don't know what you nominate over that. Goat, Mario.
Well, I'm saying like oh no. So I'm saying like you know. So when you bring up all you need is kill, I wouldn't put that over Avatar Aang. I wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't. I'm just saying, like,
Oh,
what
okay.
would it be up against? Yeah, no,
So
I
my
wouldn't put that
thing, so
over
we're getting
Avatar. Yeah.
Wildwood this year. That is the new movie from Leica Studios, stop motion folks, and I'm just gonna say it. I do. If I was a betting man,
What else did they make?
there. Kubo and the Two Strings, Box Trolls,
Ah, bet.
Coraline, yeah,
Yeah. Cool,
yeah,
cool, cool, cool.
and the trailer already looks good. I did not see Missing Link. That's the only thing they've made I have not seen. No hate. I just For one reason or another, I missed it.
And I definitely don't want to say like one medium is better than the other, but I'm constantly more impressed by like stop motion
Yeah,
stuff than majority of
it's
them. Yeah.
hard. Like I've
Yeah.
seen a bad stop motion
And I
movie,
think
but
it's
it's been a
I
while.
also think it's like abundance. I didn't like that last one that we watched. There's an abundance of things that are
What's the
drawn
last one you
because of
watched? Finish what you're saying.
the Mexican one.
Oh, I thought it was all right.
Well, I forget what it was called. I'm sorry.
I
but
also forget what it was called. But it was
but
beautiful.
yeah, it's got like the dream world stuff
Yeah,
like that.
yeah,
Like
it's from a show.
yeah. No,
I
like
thought it was visually very pretty, but yeah, I wouldn't really
there's
follow
some
through with it.
cool aesthetics in there.
Yeah,
But but yeah, no, I mean, I do think they made the right decision, taking the time, the money to put this in theaters because this
yeah,
has to be one of the best ones of the year. It's definitely going to be like mentioned next year, 100%,
yeah,
and at the end of
yeah.
this year and stuff. So
And
for
my
sure,
hope, because like again, you can't ask for the K-pop Demon Hunters thing to happen for really any. That's like lightning in a bottle kind of shit. But like if you even get a fraction of that,
this didn't have any musical numbers. It's not going to do
I
that. Come
know, bro. What was
on.
Taika even there for? He should have been singing. But if you were to even get to the point where they're willing to could put more showings at a later time, like I would, if it got nominated for Best Picture, sorry, Best Animated Picture, whether it be Golden Globes or something else, or even Oscars, I could very easily see them being like, "Let's do it. This is the time to strike that," and I'll be there. I'll be
I
there.
would, I would like in principle, like in like theory, I would want to be there. But if there's another big movie coming out that weekend, I'd rather see that. You know
Well,
what
yeah,
I mean?
I get that. I
Like
get
yeah,
that.
yeah,
I get that. I get that.
yeah. Don't put it out at the same time as like Doomsday or anything.
You should not. You should absolutely not. Um,
My birthday is pretty much packed, bro. Like we're
I
gonna be
bet
at the theater. Like
because literally Dune and Doomsday right there.
Doomsday. Yeah, yeah. That's
Doomsday.
what we're doing for my birthday.
I know.
So
You want to go back to
yeah.
back? I'll ride or die with you, bro.
No, yeah,
I'll do
yeah.
it. I'll
Easy.
do it. I'll
Come
do it.
on,
Come on
come on,
now. Come
come
on
on,
now. Ah, dude, I didn't know
come
about
on.
this. This is crazy. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it.
I thought it was August. So
I don't. It's your birthday. You tell me what the plan is. I'll be there. We're gonna do it.
okay.
We're gonna do it. And everyone else should be like down as well. That I imagine some people are gonna be like, oh, like Justin has not seen the other two Dune movies. I'm like, bro, you've had years to catch up. What are
It's
you?
been a long
What are
we're
you
watching
doing,
them in
bro?
the living room with my
Right.
son. So like
Had
yeah, it's a
access,
thing.
man. Had access. But
Yeah.
aside from that, I'm really hoping this does get some at least nominations. Um, very similar to what you're saying there, like especially when it comes to Leica. I know they're not the only ones who put out stop motion, but they're just masters. They're
Yeah.
just masters
Yeah.
at it, and
They're
that
really
movie
good.
already looks great, and I'm very much looking forward to it. But
Box
my hope,
Trolls is underrated, baby.
it is definitely underrated. My hope is just at least some nominations. I know in the specific animation award specifically, it's gonna be everywhere. It's 100%. There's literal awards for like animation, and I'm like, it'll be there. That's like, is it clear? Is Expedition 33 going to be up for best music? Yeah. But yeah,
Yeah.
it just is
Yeah. I
what it
like how
is,
you said it
man.
like LA Night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a fantastic experience. It's a really good movie, and more avatars on the way. And they're already talking about more stuff. Obviously, no specifics. We don't know if it involved Aang or anything like that. But this is a world that I'm so glad we're back in. We're getting good bit of content. It just had a game come out too, the fighting game. Um, and just like the content's there.
Oh,
Very
that's
much
right.
looking forward to the new show. And like I said, I'm having so like I said, I rewatched the original Avatar. I rewatched Legend of Korra. I've gotten Ernest to agree to rewatch Legend of Korra before October. So when he rewatches it, we're gonna have a Korra episode. We're just gonna talk about Legend of Korra, see what this new look at it has done for him, if anything. But also
Still
just
gonna
to,
be mad for my boy.
I promise you, he's not written off like you think he is. I promise you, he's not. Bolin is great. I love Bolin. And Pabu. It's a fire ferret, but like he doesn't breathe fire like everybody else. Like when they're mixed things, he's just a red ferret. No, it's all right. um, he's adorable. Um, but so this is coming out on a weird time because we're like in between the 2 weeks. Ernest has got a lot coming up in terms of driving and family stuff. So we wanted to put this out kind of like in between to cover that long content there. But next week, 2 weeks out from, well, no, yeah, it'll be next week. It'll
Not
literally
this
be
Thursday coming, but the
right,
Thursday
but the
after.
next Thursday.
Yes.
We are going to be reviewing Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced because Ernest just wrapped credits on that yesterday. I beat it a couple of days ago.
Fire.
And yeah, look, all the pirate stuff you can want. We're also going to rewatch the first three only of that the Pirates franchise pretty soon too. But
Those are the only ones that matter.
100%. These are the only ones that matter. But Ernest, for Avatar content, pirate content, game reviews, anything else, where can the people find us?
I'll walk for mile. So if you'd like
And
to stay
Batista
up to date
content.
with the show, yeah. So if you'd like to stay up to date with the show, you can find us out here on all these social medias, baby. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X, and YouTube. And if you'd like to reach us directly, you can find us at lifeisstorytelling at gmail.com. We appreciate any and all feedback, and we fucking love you.
We love you so much. Thank you all for tuning in, hanging out. Hope you're doing well. If you've seen the movie already, let us know what you think. And honestly, guys, again, if you have access to be able to go see this in theaters, go do it. Because I'm so jealous of you. Just go do it. But thank you all for tuning in, hanging out, and have a great rest of your week.